everyone. Good evening, Miss Didi.
Oh, that was so great. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, I worked so hard on that. I hope you all enjoyed the new intro. I couldn't upload it in the best bit rate, otherwise I wouldn't go up to StreamYard, but I think it came through with what I worked so hard on, so I hope you all enjoyed that. But welcome everyone to the 97th installment of the Hot Mess Express with the lovely Miss Didi from Didi's Fendant. And I, Foxy from Foxy's Fishes. Thank you all for joining us on this derailment this evening. It's lovely to have you all here with us. And we have a very special guest backstage. So excited to have him come up here and hang out with us. Lovely member of the Fish Fam. Well, I'm so excited to get to know him a little bit better. But before we get to that, let's go through and say hello to everyone that has joined us in chat. The traditional, well, the participant way. So I'll open my YouTube here. Here we go. Here we go. And I have a hair in my mouth. Of course I do.
I had a little snafu, so that's why I wasn't in the chat before, because I forgot how to run the green screen on back. And thank goodness, Mr. Snail Guardians was right there on my back dial.
Snail Sister saves the day. Thank you for that, Snail Sister. Okay, participants list. So here we go. So if y'all want to get a hello in there, say something in chat, populate on the list, and we'll get a hello out to you. But so far we have in chat, good evening to Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats, Bunny Viper Aquatics, Didi's Fendant, Emma the Sea Witch, Foxy's Fishes. That wasn't Fitches. Jeff Kane, hello. Jeff, you welcome. Jenna P 2005, hello, lovely. Cora Works, hello, lovely. Linda Worth, hello. Fish Family, hello. Black Powder Aquatics, hello.
Mark.
Hello. Master Aquatics Eduardo, hello. Lori, Monster Fish Gal, hello, lovely. Mountaintop Fish, welcome. Muppet 929, hello, lovely. It's been a minute. It's nice to see you in here this evening. Mystery Snail Guardians, hello, lovely. Noelle Brucker, welcome, lovely. Our Aquatic Universe with Mike B, hello, welcome. Raven Thomas, Richard Reynolds, Shane's Tanks and Bowls, Silver Creek Aquatics, Skull Aquatics, Sky Dancer, Stephen P, the Nano Aquarium Guy, TJ out across Huawei. We have a good one here this evening. It's so exciting. Thank you all for joining us this evening. I am just so excited. It's been a long time since we've had a guest up here. And it's just so exciting to finally have someone up here to chit-chat with. Be under the sea with a fellow merman. Did you guys hear he got bit earlier? Now, I'm not the one that bit him, Miss Didi. Did you do it?
I'll never tell. Did you learn you never kiss and tell? And if it isn't true, you let them think it is. So.
Bunny Vipers. Oh, hello, Bunny. Welcome. Says Didi, unacceptable. I want my individual hello.
Oh, Bunny. Thumper. I can't see the chat tonight for some reason. My eyes won't work with me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I moved a little further away from the green screen so I wouldn't keep bumping it. That might be.
Oh. Then your green screen gets a wave to it. Mine's just barely hanging there because it's not a green screen. That's just a tapestry, and I'm not even focused. I don't care. Choo choo. This is how it's supposed to be. Excited to be here. And we also have Crayfish Empire in chat. So lovely to see you here this evening, Grant. Thank you for joining us. I hope you are having a fantastic day. You definitely deserve a well-rested day. That man works very, very, very hard.
Great products, too. Great products.
But this evening, our very special guest is Silver Creek Aquatics, Tommy from Silver Creek Aquatics, and we're so happy to have him here. Now, I do know a little bit about him. I know that he hails from Texas. I know that he lives in a tiny house. I know that he really likes aliens and keeps a few fish. Oh, and a few chickens. So why don't we bring him up here and find out a little bit more about Tommy. So everyone, if you wouldn't mind welcoming Silver Creek Aquatics.
Yay! And the masses roar.
How are you?
I need one of those little buttons.
Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. We greatly appreciate that.
Oh,
Get
you're
to
very
hang out with
welcome.
you for the whole hour. It's so exciting.
I'm stoked. I'm
And
beyond
you know,
excited.
Roxanne, you did your
Yeah.
biography work okay, but you missed a very important aspect to Silver that you might not know. We've
Hmm.
kept it a big secret.
What is it?
He's a long lost son of mine.
Is he? He's your
Yes.
long lost son?
That's why the
Yes.
bite transformation is matching her colors.
Oh, Didi.
Now
You
we know who
never
did
know
it.
where I'm going to have stuck my finger at.
Right on the buttocks.
Is that the one that got away?
Well, you know, his daddy was all that in a bag of chips. I'll say that.
That's so cool. So that's so awesome. Now you have a long lost son. You found your mom. That is so cool. Family
Hmm.
togetherness
And,
is everything.
and he has Aunt June, you know, on the Oscars, is his
Yes,
auntie. Yeah.
that's so cool. So now you're just more interconnected into the family. So welcome. We'll have to go out to the bubble bar someday and discuss this more in depth. I'm really
And I don't know if you said hi to Jimmy P.
fascinated. I might have missed Jimmy P, and I also see Craig's in here, and IHSP. Stephanie, welcome.
Jimmy
Uh,
says you always forget him.
Sometimes I don't see him populate on the list, so I apologize for that. Do you get that in chat too? Like you won't see a certain someone for their first few messages, but everyone else is talking to them, and then all of a sudden they appear to you. Like I get that a lot with people, so I apologize, Jimmy. It wasn't on purpose. I don't
You
I
know
want
we
get
anyone.
love
some
you,
not
Jimmy.
show up until I go to check the comments later on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I completely missed that. Well, here, I'll answer it now.
And
Yes,
just we'll go ahead and settle this rumor right now. Jimmy P is not the father
this time.
for Silver.
He ain't your
Jerry,
pappy.
Jerry.
Oh, Lord.
Hello, Aquatic Moose. Welcome. Chu, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Oh, there's so many great people in here. Legacy Hobbyist Melvin, welcome. Thank you for joining us. But okay, so very first question I have for you, very
Yeah.
important. How do you feel about mystery snails?
I hate them.
Well, that was a great interview, guys. Tommy was
He should
lovely
have known
to
better.
know
He should have lied.
Do you want to change your answer?
For breakfast. But for lunch, they're amazing.
Oh no, for your bumpers, not for you.
No, I love snails. I have a slew of snails over all of my tanks.
Is that what you call him, a slew?
Oh, I don't know. I just call them that.
I would call them a slither.
A
Or a
slither.
crow.
He
A
probably
crow.
meant to say a stew of snails, not slew.
Oh
A
no,
stew of snails.
that's
Yes.
that means you're having escargot for dinner. No, let's not do that.
Well,
Michael, Long Family Shoal, thank you for joining us this evening. So, out of the snails that you have, like, what kinds of snails do you keep? Like,
I've got mystery snails, ram's horn, and then just pond snails, the bladder snails.
nice. My
Yeah.
whole aquarium hobby started with a single pond snail that I caught in some sand that I was collecting for an ecosphere that I was building. So that led me into the water world. So I highly respect the snail.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love
snail
them. I
reigns
really do.
supreme.
One moment.
But I have a question. So, how long have you wanted to be a merman? And you look fabulous, by the way. Must have one hell of an exercise regime.
It's all the swimming. That's what it is. It's all the swimming that did it, and I've wanted to for my whole life for 37 years. So I'm
Wow.
glad I finally got bit. It took that long for it to finally happen. I'm welcoming this transformation. It's a beautiful thing, people. A beautiful thing.
Well, it's
Now,
a
have
good
you?
thing Dracula didn't get to you first.
Yeah.
The mystery snail guardian says, "Naughty Tommy."
He's probably been chasing those little young flitter tail mermaids. You know, that's where all that swimming's coming into effect. He ain't fooling us. He's doing something. It's not just the casual swimming. Look at us, we swim.
I bagged me one 11 years ago, and she hasn't swam away yet, so I'm excited about that. She still stays in our little cave hole.
Oh.
Coro says a trail of snails. Coro.
Well, that's awesome that you corralled up one of the little mermaids.
Yes.
And you have some more babies too, don't you?
Mer children as well.
Me, I've got 3 kiddos.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have they ever shown any scales, or have they not transformed yet?
They are actually starting to show skills too. I don't know if they've rubbed them off already, but they had them some skills on earlier as well.
Oh.
They were helping Dad and couldn't help themselves. They're like, it's our turn.
I wonder if Dad getting bit activated kids.
I guess it did.
Woke up that genetic ancestry there.
Yeah.
Alien and merman.
Now, have you always felt the call to the water even before you were bit? Or is
Mhm.
it just something that happened?
Oh yeah, like legit, I've always been a water baby. Like always.
Mm-hmm.
Like my whole life. If there's a body of water, I'm in it or I'm looking in it and like reaching my hand into it, seeing what's in there, what's going to come up, and hopefully it's not something big that'll make me lose another finger because that would be a no-no.
You don't need to keep doing that.
No.
Well, so now did you grow up in the country or in the city?
I grew up in the country.
Oh, so you know how to make mud pies and everything.
Oh yeah. And throw lawn darts and have
Yes, we did too.
Just
Oh,
not
You
yeah.
never put anybody's eye out.
Yeah, I grew
Yeah.
up originally on 172 acres, and that's where I did most of it before I moved back out here where my parents are now. We're on a shared property now that's a little over 4 acres, and they're on one end and I'm on the other, so it's not bad. They're
Best
far
of both
enough away.
worlds.
Yeah,
right,
I
you're
mean
close
they've got to
enough,
really
but far
holler
enough.
for me to hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
great to
very
have
good.
family. Love that idea.
And so now I've been seeing also like a ton of stuff around YouTube. What is with all these alien things? I need to know. I need to know for sure. What is the aliens about?
They left their mark on me.
For that?
So that I can transmit their signal from me to everybody else. They said if I stopped with YouTube that they would do things. And I don't want those things to happen,
Yeah.
so I
That's
have
right.
I have to keep going
So
and
you're
transmit their
really-
signal.
Wow.
right.
Or it's all over.
So if somebody sees Silver coming at them and get ready to put that hand position on their forehead, you better run because he's
Give
fixing
me
to
a high
transfer.
4.
He's fixing to transfer some data to somebody.
Or
I don't
some
know.
data and you're not sure if you want that.
Yeah. You never know. It could work for you. It might work against you. They might be doing some research.
We'll find a way.
Wow. So he's part alien, part merman.
And all immortal.
I'm telling you, you're into everything. You've been making a lot of videos lately too.
Yes, you have.
Mhm.
A lot.
And
I've
step
been
back.
bored a lot lately. When I'm not busy doing other things, I'm like, I gotta do something.
And Steph asked,
Yeah.
I'm honestly wondering if the likelihood of MTS is predisposed through genetics. That's a good question. And I think I can answer that a little bit from personal experience as Peplin. We are a fish compound. And his daughter just set up her third tank.
It's starting to
She's on the way.
Believe your eyes.
It works.
It works. It does. She has a 20 long, a 40, and a 5 that she's setting up to be her first little shrimp colony. So that's very exciting.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Nice.
I think it's genetic, but it hasn't hit the sun. The son isn't too into fish. She likes to look at them, but the daughter's really into fish. So maybe it's like hit and miss with the kids, but it definitely rubs off on them a little bit.
But he must have given an extra push for that baby. You've got to get those extra little things in there.
Yeah. And welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. And anyone else that I may have missed.
Now, something I'm very curious about is that new pond you got.
Hmm.
What made you set it up with the tubs? What is the whole purpose of your overall conception there?
Oh, that's actually for something that I have coming up this spring. Hopefully, I'll have. I'm hoping to go commercial with some of my plants, and
Oh,
so that's what that is for.
That's
Uh,
nice.
through Father Fish, actually, his plant bundles and stuff that he has, I'll have some of those as well, and some of them will even be coming from me. So
nice.
Very cool. What plants are you looking to do, if you don't
I
mind?
don't know yet. I know I'm doing Ludwigia, and I know he's got a bunch of stuff that he's wanting to send as well. So really, I'm waiting for that to see what all is going to come in those packages, and because it may be something that I already have. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is already here. I don't need to get rid of mine. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet. I'm just waiting for our final freeze to be over. We're cursed down here in north central Texas to where you always think spring is coming.
Hmm.
All of the blooms hit. The dogwoods are blooming. The crepe myrtles have started blooming. Everything has started blooming. The mesquites have started blooming, which are usually the last
Yes.
ones. And then you get another freeze right around Easter, like every time. So it's like everything you plant just dies off or freezes off unless it's, certain things like onions or garlic or carrots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so I'm waiting until that after Easter freeze to really push for it and bring a lot of them in. So I'm spending the time now to just prep everything and get it all ready, so that way when it's ready to go live, boom, it's ready to go. So
Nice.
that is
So I
what that
take
is
it the
for.
little tubs are going to be for individual types of plants.
Individual, yes,
Keep them
each tub,
separate.
yeah. And I'm going to
Nice.
be building another one too. That one's a 3 foot by 6 foot, and I know for sure I'm going to be building another 4 foot by 8, and there might be another one as well. It just depends on how much comes in and what all I get. So I'm
Very
excited to
cool.
find out.
You have your own little plant farm. That's very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Very
good
nice.
area to do it in.
Now,
Yeah.
are you going to
And
have
why
any
not?
ponds for outside fish keeping or just all for plants?
Do what?
Now, you're just doing the ponds for any for fish keeping or just all for plant propagation?
The ponds outside are just for plants, but I'll probably have some fish in there too, like white clouds or something like that, some kind of minnow or something. Something that could handle being out there and not suffer.
Welcome in, Benoski. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Well,
Now,
we've already got mosquitoes out up here. They ate me up the other night. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, and then it was 31 last night.
Yeah, mosquitoes are a big worry for me. I mean, I want them because I feed the mosquito larvae to my fish, but I don't want them in the plant tanks. So I'm gonna
yeah,
be building like a screened cover over them. So
and Jeff's Kane says it's awesome when the mesquite hatch and then we get a freeze.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
I've seen some azaleas bloom. It's starting to bloom already. So,
Very
Yeah,
nice.
it does it every year. Every year, it gives you all the telltale signs that hey, spring's ready. Plant all your
it's
stuff.
like
No.
gotcha.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You just can't mess with Mother Nature.
And Craig
She's
No.
has a
gonna
question.
win.
And Craig has a question for you, Tommy. He says
hmm
most commercial growers grow the plants out of water. Are you doing that as well?
I might be with one of them doing the immersed. I know like a lot of it will grow faster supposedly, but I haven't really messed around with that. But if it ends up working better, which is definitely something I'm going to be experimenting with, if it ends up working better, I don't know. I probably won't because too many people have issues with getting just the immersed plants and they put them in their tank and die off. So then you've got to wait for them to grow back. So I may just keep them completely underwater and keep them, you know, completely submersed so that way they're used to being underwater already.
You could do that. That's a good way. It could be a little bit slower going if you're not using any
hmm
CO2. But if you do immersed and transition them to submersed yourself and then harden them up yourself and then mail them off, you might get quicker growth in the um, immersed state. and then transition them to submerged. But you lose a little bit of time when you transition them, so I don't know if it really pans out. It would have to be like maybe test and see which one pays off better for you.
I'm running
Okay,
an
yeah, that's a good
experiment right
idea.
now in a little shallow, like a bowl. Like
Hmm.
it's not big enough for a turtle, but back in the day, somebody would have put a little green turtle in it.
Yeah.
And I've got starginger pins in there. I think is how you say it. And I put the water just so it came to barely to the top of the plants, and so they like hurry up to get out of the water. And I add a little bit more, and they grow a little bit more,
Mhm.
and they're doing fantastic.
Nice.
So
That's
I
awesome.
might try that outside as well.
Nicole says, "We love the Acaras."
Yeah, I thought I was playing this last week. At the end, I found out I just had a green screen behind me.
And I thought you meant to do that, so I just let you be.
I will never sit in front of the green. So if you see green, see that's what I see in my camera is me and green.
Mm,
Now if I look on my laptop, I see the background, but every
yeah.
time I look up, I think it's quit again. So I'm like,
Mhm. No,
this
the
is weird.
background's there today. Cora Work says, I vote Gambusia or Rosy Reds. They're cheap and generally not considered a like release risk if there was a crazy flood or something that connected your pond to a waterway. So those are Cora's suggestions for your plant farm fishies.
I think I have gambusia. Aren't they the fish that are in ditches and stuff?
Yeah, that's a good
Um,
idea.
I believe Gambusia are in some ditch. I think aren't they in like Florida ditches? I'm not sure.
Don't they call them
Sounds
mosquito
familiar.
fish? That's where
What's
I got them from. I got them out of the ditch from the water that runs through the drains from the streets. It
yeah,
settles
I'm
on
not
my property before it finally disappears. I scooped them up out of that, and I've had them. They made it over the winter,
nice.
and
That's
it
very
even froze for 3 or 4 days.
It's like I
Oh
knew
wow.
that information, but my brain is having a hard time accessing that file at the moment. But it may process it later and be like, "Yeah, you're right. You're
And they
right.
were free, so and they eat the skeeters. So
Yeah,
yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and if
Well,
they overflowed, it would go directly into my pond. So it would just be a matter of if they ended up overflowing into my pond, then when the pond got low, I could just net them back out and put them back in my tank.
exactly." And what kind of
now
fishies are you currently keeping in
Mosquito
the
fish. I have a lot of mosquito fish, if that's what they are. My dad has a whole horse trough full of them in his greenhouse.
And I think we're all slightly off of audio, so we're all little bit talking over each other. So I apologize.
sorry.
It's just how it goes. I have crappy internet. Didi's in the future, and we're not sure about Alien Man, but he's connected to the stars. So
He needs to stick his finger in the wire outlet or something so that he can get charged up. Yeah, lick it first.
of course.
The fours be with you.
So now,
Nice.
Silver, you also collect stuff on the wild and bring it home, put it in your tanks. How's that going?
So far, so good. I've only had one issue with one tank, but the one tank was like the one tank that was different from all of my others. But I don't know. It like wasn't set up really long enough to really know what I had. I think it was Epistelis. I thought it was ick at first, but it wasn't. It was a fuzzy version of it. They had white spots, and it was just the black mollies. So none of the
Yeah.
other mollies, the angelfish that were in there, the serpe tetras that were in there, which are red and that would stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
None of them had it not on their fins or anything. Just this group of mollies. So
Yeah,
I've
and
got them.
Epistelis is hard to fight. Like once it overtakes fast. It takes them out. I lost
Hmm.
a group of Chinese Hillstream loaches to them
Oh
very
no.
fast. Looks like overnight. I didn't even know I had an issue in the tank, and then the next morning they were all passed away. And then that's when I realized what it was, and oh, it was so hard to treat that tank. But we finally
Yeah.
got it under control. But we lost a lot of fish trying to get it under control.
Yeah. Luckily,
I
I had
lost
a.
most of 90. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. Luckily, Steph IHSP came in and was like, "Hey, I know what that is. That looks really familiar. If it's not ick, it's probably this." And her and a few other people. Let's see, I reached out to her. I reached out to Steve, Warrior Planet Tanks. I reached out to Father Fish, and then on Discord and stuff. So I had quite a few people giving me like different information on what to do, and I followed all of it. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do all of it because I just want to make sure that everything's good. And only
Yeah.
one of it was with meds. So, and I don't like using them. I really don't. But
I agree.
but you know, like Kelly said on one of the videos that I made, there's a time and place for meds for both fish and for humans. So
Mm.
I was like, yeah, that's good advice. I'm not gonna argue that. I'll just
There's the time, like
medicate
you
'em.
shouldn't treat at the smallest sign of the tiniest thing. Like you should wait and make sure and just make sure that's what you're treating for. Because sometimes they just need a quarantine and a watch period unless it's a severe case of something, then you treat. But unless they're like well advanced already, I don't like to treat with hard meds. I like to try to take the more holistic natural approaches to treatment, such as
Yeah.
botanicals or water changes, just QTing them. Maybe it's a stress thing that they're succumbing to in a tank.
Right.
And then I'll try like Melifix and Pimafix, which are super, super, super gentle. If I can use it with axolotls, I'll use it with the fishies. And axolotls are very sensitive to everything, so
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
using it too with the fish. And if that doesn't work, then I'll move on to stronger treatments depending on what it is. But luckily, we don't have to deal with a lot of disease here. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we had to deal with the Epistalis last August, but we haven't had to deal with anything since, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's like the only real thing that I've had to deal with so far, and it's not showing up in any of the other tanks on any of the other fish. So I don't know if that may be just like some random variable from doing live feeding, possibly. But I mean, most of it's in one. Okay, so I've got a real pond that's like a rain runoff that we dug out ourselves and have an overflow onto it, like a dam, to
Yeah.
keep the property next door from flooding out because it'll flood to where their house is. I've got that, and then we've got these inflatable pools that my kids bought last year. Those like Dollar General inflatable pools that are like the two levels, like 18 inches deep or so. And one of them survived, so I've just left it out there and just let it keep doing its thing. It's been out there for about a year now. So most of the time, I'll just collect the larvae from that.
Very good idea. Free food is good food. But then you run the risk of bringing other things in, unfortunately. Like in the summer, we collect a lot of the worms for the axolotls outside. We also collect Daphne and such from the ponds, but sometimes you'll accidentally bring in, a damselfly larva if you're not careful. So, like, you just really got to screen the food and maybe QT it first before you even try to feed it out. Make sure there's no unsightlies in there. That's the best practice. It's just quarantine the quarantine.
Yeah,
I've never
redundancy
had,
for the win. Yeah.
I've never done live feeding, and I had it also, but I think mine stemmed from not enough flow in the tanks, and the plants were just too thick, and a lot of, how plants die and that moldy stuff that was building up. I think it just all too much of everything just kind of did it to me. So I lost probably over half of my rainbows.
Aw.
So, but I still have a picture of what the one looked like. Just so if anybody ever needs to, like, what does it look like? This is what I thought it looked like on my fish.
Yeah. What I
Yeah.
noticed it to be was more, it wasn't flat like egg. It was like crystalline structure on above the surface on the fish. But if you don't have good eyes, like you have to really get in there and see it because it is
You
really
remember,
similar to egg.
you remember years ago when they used to take fake fruits and stuff like that and roll them in this like
Hmm.
glazy looking chunky sugary stuff
Yeah.
and make ornaments and stuff. That's kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, it looks like it was rolled in sugar, basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And,
And
and
well,
the fish were big.
yeah, yeah. I can't believe like I didn't notice it on the Chinese Hillstream loaches when they had them because they were brand new. They were a birthday gift. I had them maybe 2 days. Um, And then I woke up the third day and they were dead, but I didn't notice anything on them for the first 2 days. And then the third morning when I found them, it was like all the color was drained out of them, but they were covered in this crystalline structure. Then I noticed that a couple of the fish in the tank also had the crystalline structure on them as well. So it already jumped to them, and that's when like all hell broke loose in that tank. Like we fought that tank for months, and we lost a lot of fish in that tank, but we were able to save some of them. But it took a long time to fight it. Carl says, speaking of damsel and dragonfly larvae, some of those critters inject the egg into the stems of plants instead of laying eggs in water. I've had a nymph pop out of some hornwort I got with shrimp.
Yep, they will. Most of the time, it's funny if you've ever seen dragonflies lay their eggs. It's cool. They, like, say the tip of my finger is their tail, and they'll like pogo stick and bounce.
Yeah.
On the top of the water. But yeah, sometimes they'll also, if there's floaters, like floater plants there, or something close enough to the surface for them to land on, they'll inject it directly into the plant. It's really, really interesting.
I did not know that they'll inject it directly into the plant. That's disgusting. Thank you for that. Welcome in Aquatic Moose, Garcia Aquatics, Geek Boy, M&C Aquatics, and Surf City Cichlids. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's lovely to have you all here with us. Wanted to get those guys in so they didn't think we were forgetting about them. Okay, so
yeah, if you've never seen a larva like that, it's like what the heck is that thing? You know?
I blasted it on YouTube when I had one. I was like, "What's this alien?"
Yeah, and that's exactly what it looks like.
They really do. They look like a creature from another world. Your family from home.
That scared the crud out of me. I had my hands in the tank the first time I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, what is that?"
I know, you can't get your hand out fast enough, right?
Exactly. It's like, it's gonna eat me. I'm scared.
And you know, if you put a microscope on your tank, you won't want to ever stick your hand in it in.
Yeah.
You know, but you just stick it in there and just ignore what you've seen maybe before.
Like, it's not there anymore. It's not there anymore. No.
It's not real if I don't open my eyes.
Welcome, Clashy, and welcome in Vision Tank Ticks. Thank you all for joining us this evening. So many people coming in here. I love you guys so much. Guys, the fish fam is so awesome. They truly, truly are.
Silver's abdominals brought all the boys to the yard.
I think so.
The girls.
I brought all the shoulders.
Like, wait. I'll work out too. Wait.
I don't know what your ab workout routine is, and I suggest
it's all the swimming.
I was suggesting chickens.
Yeah. Chase chickens 24/7. That'll do it.
Oh, that used to be so much fun. We would get in trouble. Don't chase those chickens, and we did it every time.
Oh,
you were chasing those chickens, weren't you? It's like,
and M&C says that he had a tank crack this morning, so he's getting his system back in order. I'm sorry to hear that, M&C. I hope you're able to salvage all the fishies.
I'm thankful I haven't had to deal with that.
I had a 55 explode on the carpet in an apartment. So I've had to deal with that. It was not fun, and I had to pay to replace the floors. So get renter's insurance, people. It's very, very important. Coro asks Silver, what is your favorite cryptid?
Drawing a blank. What is a cryptid?
It's usually like Bigfoot or those monsters.
Oh, the pseudo. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I've heard personal stories about them all. Like, I had a boss one time that had some of the most legitimate Bigfoot evidence that's out there, and he almost convinced me too. But I'm like, no, dude, it's just too far away. You can't. He's like, but it was going 60 miles an hour. I was like, nothing's in the woods going 60 miles an hour through the trees, man.
But you know, Pam swears up and down she saw something one night.
I'd probably say giants. I really like studying giants more than like the aliens and stuff like that. I did that on purpose. I was messing with them backstream too while I was drinking, pointing to my pinky. Pinky's out.
This is a trick question because aren't mermaids cryptids? Well, aren't you seeing 3 of them in front of you right now, Coloro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what's
actually
up.
seeing us.
And yes, 3G, Sasquatch. Always Sasquatch. He's a religion to some. I haven't seen him go live stream in a long time, but he's just a man in a Sasquatch costume out in the forest playing a saxophone. Like it's just he does live streams that every so often when he's not on tour because he doesn't show his face. He's a famous person, so we don't know what he does in his real life, but he's a musician of some sort. His music is fantastic and it's just relaxing and funny and cool and the weird side of YouTube, but in a safe way.
That is awesome. Like I could imagine like him getting down to some Kenny G standing up in a tree.
He plays Kenny G all the time. All the time.
Yes.
I hope he plays that one called Tango. That's my favorite.
I'll have to send you a live stream link because there's a lot that he plays on loop, but there's a lot that he's also made his own original.
Yeah, that's like my level of crazy there. I like that.
Kuro says, "You've been caught." Not necessarily because we're all from remote locations, Kuro.
Undisclosed. Like, I'm in an aquarium somewhere.
Yeah. And IHP says some of the cryptids are Nessie, Champy, Ogopogo. Ogopogo. I just had to say that word.
Ogopogo.
And Jimmy P said, Pam saw Bob Kaler streaking.
That's what it was. It was Bob.
They call him the Streak.
Look at it. Look at it.
Rachel says, when it's out, pinky's out.
Yep.
Lord.
So does that mean I have to drink from my cup like this, 2 pinkies, because all my hands are little?
Let's see. Yeah, we'll all do 2 pinkies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I have my pinky.
Yeah, how else are you supposed to clean your ear out?
Q-tips.
I don't know, but I think it would look like a dying insect trying to get in there.
You're just trying to get the brainworm out.
Yeah.
What was that? I don't know, but it needs ironing.
And Steph says, since we're looking at them, that makes them living dinosaurs, like not cryptids.
Well, since they're recreating
Coelacanths.
dinosaurs,
thank you, coelacanths.
they're going to fall into a whole new category now. They used to be.
We're the hybrids.
Oh, and now we're having this discussion in chat. Cryptids aren't accepted by standard zoology and taxonomic categories. Well, they're accepted by YouTube, so thank you, YouTube. We're wanted somewhere.
Well, maybe when they get their hands on one, maybe they will accept it.
Yeah. But everyone just wants, all the humans just want to get their hands on this for mermaid tears. That's not fair. We don't want to cry all the time. We have better things to do to make pearls all day.
Yeah. Sometimes, the pearls start getting a little rough when you cry too much. They get watery.
Yeah,
And I like them hard.
I bet you do. And 3G said, "What was that? I don't know, but it needed ironing." And you listen, fuck them pinkies, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tommy, are you going to be going to any of the Fish Fam events?
Yes.
I'm hoping to. We're my wife's bonuses that she got and her raises that she got wasn't exactly what we were thinking, but we may be able to swing it. So if I can, like I've said before, like I'm really wanting to make like a full-on family vacation out of it, so that way, for each one we get a trip up to the Northeast and we get a trip down to Florida out of it and spend a week down there for each one. So it would be really awesome. We usually, before all of the COVID stuff happened, we were taking 2 vacations a year. So
Wow.
I mean, if we could get back to that, I'd really like it.
Mm.
I'm not the type of guy that likes to sit in one place. I got to be moving around. And if we're not, I'm like, okay, then we're taking a couple of vacations a year because I'm going to need it.
Yeah. So excited to be able to go to the Catfish Cataclysm and the Keystone Clash this year. They'll be our first two events ever, and the Catfish Cataclysm is the first one we'll ever be vending at. So that's so super exciting
Yes.
that we're like
Yes.
a people now. We're not I'm used to that. We're a people. I still just feel like Roxanne. So
You're not just a talking head anymore.
I know I'm a little bit of shoulders now too.
Hot child in the
I
city.
mean, I guess I could too. No.
Steph says I wasn't being mean. I swear it sounded better in my head. No, no worries, Steph. We're just here. No offense taken at all. Hello, Sarah, Skitty Nona. Welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. Let's see. An aquatic moose says live from the hive, free chiropractic adjustments with a Coro Works featuring Jeff Kane. Hello, SC.
Chiropractic works for everybody.
Yeah. An aquatic moose says the hive provides. I'm just a messenger. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for that, Lori, for posting that. I'm so excited about that. I've been like checking the website every day to see when our little vendor pictures put up on the front page as a vendor because I want to screenshot it and print it and save it because that's very cool to me. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. So when you go to the any fishy event, you think you'll be bringing home any fishies?
I don't know if I'm going to be bringing home fish. I guess it would depend on which day during our vacation we go. Like if it's the last day or something, yeah. Oh yeah. If it's our last like couple of days there, yeah, I probably would be. Like I warned my wife. I was like, I'm going to be spending some money, so we need to make sure we have it. Yeah, and I'm really the ones that I'm wanting to make sure and like really try to hit is the Keystone Clash, because I would love for my family to see that area that time of year and all of the color. It's gorgeous,
so
it's beautiful. And then the other one's going to be the Aquashellas, either Florida or Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Didi
know
ran
which
away.
Where did I go?
I don't know. You
People
went to
come
the
and
right
go
and
so
you didn't come
quickly.
back. You just kept going.
Oh, here I am.
There you are. Magic.
There we go.
He says
I
you
think I
have
did
to
it.
make the Clash. Yes, it would be lovely if you could make the Clash because that's where I'm going to probably meet a majority of you people, and I don't travel well, as Bunny doesn't either. So as many people that can make it to the Clash, it's just more people I can give hugs in real life. So that'd be so cool. You can make it to the Clash and meet in person, and I get to give Didi a hug in real life above the water because mermaid hugs are slippery and slimy, and sometimes you
You
just want
squeeze and they
to
just
give a hug too. So.
Well, that sounds kind of weird, slippery and slimy.
Well,
We might get our own show.
in
The
class,
slippery and slimy show.
why not? Choo choo. Nothing goes together here. And Keystone Clashes. Clashy is where the fish fan party is at. Yes, it is. So excited.
Yes.
No, 3G, I did not fall off the chair. I got side rails now. It has to buck me off.
I'm sorry. Stepping on you. Leslie says, not a fish question, but I love your eyebrows. Do you use the stamp? They look fabulous. No, I hand draw them on.
She's got talent, Sarah Leslie.
I just put some purple in my natural eyebrows. I just trace them. And Crayfish says, I'll be vending at the Clash this year. Woohoo! That's so exciting. Crayfish Empire is going to be a vendor at the Clash this year. You guys, he is my ultimate person to go to for all things snail food. As I've said to you guys before, my journey in this hobby has started with snails, and Grant, with his snail food, really helped me learn a lot about the care of snails and just helped me further get into the hobby. Because once you care about snails, you got to learn about care about all the other things you're gonna take too. So it just helped me further everything, and it's just so excited that I get to meet him in person and give him a hug in person. I've been with Crayfish Empire as an affiliate for a very long time, and I have not got to meet him in person. I've used his products for a very long time. We send out samples with our orders to people because we believe in his product that much. I believe it's the best snail food on the market. So, if you guys are in the market for some snail food for your snails, and not just your snails, but he also has some food for your shrimpies, but also your plecos will love it. Most of your omnivore fishies will love especially the cookie pellets. They all go bananas for that. Definitely check out Crayfish Empire. And while you're over there, use code FOXY15 to save 15% off your total order. And I'm just so excited to see Grant at the class. Everybody, I'm super excited to meet everybody. Every last
Awesome.
I don't know if I'm going to cry the whole time or be in shock the whole time, but girl, I'm going to be emotion.
Make sure you bring your tissues. And Fish Family has a table too.
Yeah, I'm wanting to see all the speakers too. Like, there's not a speaker on that lineup that I'm just not like, I have to see them.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Richard says, Silver, come to Florida. I'll take you collecting. Very
Next
nice.
time I'm there, I'll holler at you, man.
There goes Jimmy in the gutter.
Roxanne hugging Didi. I hope you both have long arms. I can give her a hug from the side. We'll fit.
Yeah, we know how to do that. We know how to get up in there.
And Fish Fam says, I'll have a table at the Peace and Clash as well. Yes, he will. And this is where you can.
Do not forget to get these little
I got it out today. I made sure to remember it.
You don't have to get yourself one.
Yes, and if you guys aren't a supporter on Patreon yet, definitely go over and support fishfam.link on Patreon because they do a lot for the whole Fish Fam community. They help us all stay connected to find all the Fish Fam things, and it's a lot of work and it's not free. So every little support will help. And Patreon starts at $5 a month, and I think that's a good support for everything that crew does. So thank you so much to fishfam.link for everything you guys do, and I'm excited to meet you guys at the Clash as well. And that.
Plus, they have their own stream once a month too, which we do a shopping giveaway.
Yes, which is very cool. If you all haven't caught that first live stream that they did, definitely go back and check that out on the fishfam.link YouTube page. It was a very good one where they went shopping with Aquarium Co-op, to Aquarium Co-op with my lobster, Eric Wyrock. It was such a fun stream. And then Eric, the kind, generous ginger soul that he is, donated an extra giveaway on their stream, extra shopping trip. So that was very cool. My lobster, he's such a sweet dude. So guys, definitely check that out. That's once a month on the Fish Fam Link channel, where you guys get to go shopping amongst a business in the fishy community, and one of the Fish Fam members takes you shopping with them, and then they give away what they shopped for, and that's really cool. I think it's a really good way to support the community and keep everyone connected. So
see, I think the next shopping trip is it March 19th, Fish Family at 1 Eastern? Is that what I remember?
I don't have a break half the time. I'm sorry.
It is Sunday, March 19th.
I was just going to go pull up Fish Fam with that link now, but you beat me to it. And Sketty says she's 75% sure she'll be at the Clash. Awesome. So exciting.
I'll have to go so that I can give her a proper howdy.
Exactly.
That's right. You do the howdy thing to the ladies. You're such a gentleman.
No, not anymore. I get slapped by one lady if I do that to the ladies.
And you curtsies and you do your little curtsies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you do way also? Your curtsies and way?
The princess wave?
No, way, W-H-E-Y. You know, curtsies and way. But you're very good with that princess wave. You're better at it than I am. Well, you
I've had a lot of practice.
We were trying to get you earlier, and then daggone, I looked and saw Rico had a thumbnail to have you on his focus on, and I said, you know what? I bet you $5 Rico's nickname in college was Cherry Picker. It's got you first. It's hard to beat Rico. He's fast.
Mm-hmm.
And Coro has a question for crayfish. He says, should I freeze or refrigerate my extra snow? How long is the fridge? Is it safe?
That is a very good question.
Yes. Now, I personally frozen my Snello, but it doesn't last very long, so I haven't had it left over very long um, for it to go bad. But I would use a general rule of thumb, as long as it's sealed very well, I would use it up within 3 months. But I don't know if that's the same for Snello. But that's what I use for everything else in the freezer, so I would do that for Snello too, personally. But I don't know if that's the way it goes. I don't know.
Mark thinks it'll last about 6 months in the freezer.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I would do that in a deep freezer, but I'm a little weird when it comes to the fish food. So if it's over 3 months old, it's out of the freezer, not in the fish's mouths. But our freezer is also like super cold, and sometimes we'll freezer burn things. So I'm just extra cautious about that.
Yeah, ours is one of those super cold ones too.
Yeah. Hello, Shark Fin Adventures. Welcome. Oh, and if you guys don't know, this evening, Kelly Foreman is not going this evening, so there's no Scientific Fundamental with Kelly. She's very busy with work-related stuffies, and her and Fat Kitty are very sad about it, but they will be back with you guys next week. Right back.
Science will be fun tonight.
No, unfortunately not. So,
But
no.
there's crafts coming, so.
Exactly. Craft Ed is coming.
Crafts.
I'm sure Brian's daughter is going to walk in the door at any moment, ask the same question she asks every time I see her. Is that on tonight? She absolutely loves watching Ed because he's silly and entertaining, and he does crafty things, and he's just fun and jolly and happy, and he's a cool guy. So
My oldest daughter watches him. It's
Does
like one
she?
of her only YouTube subscriptions. Yeah.
nice. Nice. I just think it's funny. She's every time she's, is Ed on tonight?
Yeah, you don't even have to like fish. You know, there's a whole new pool for Ed. You know, it's crafts.
Yeah, but
you don't have fish tanks.
I think after she watched him last Thursday, I think she actually went over and subscribed, so she doesn't miss him anymore. So that's very cool. Ed, you should have one more subscriber. Ed is my favorite character in this game. Aquatic Moose. Nice. Nice.
Oh, y'all. And Stephen P. opened up a new merch store.
Yes, very cool with their new What the Fish merchandise. Very
With those
nice.
really cool sea bishop leggings.
Oh my goodness, I love them so much, but I'm not putting them on my
And
body.
the hands were by the gusset. I didn't know what a gusset was. I was talking about
I
that.
was thinking about it last night, and I was thinking of all the things that they call gussets, and I think gusset is the shape. It's got to be the shape because they all have the same shape. I love the diamond shape. So, like, a gusset in welding is the same shape, and a gusset in clothing is the same shape. And I believe there's a gusset fold as well when you iron, which is a similar shape too for a hem. So they all have that same
Like a
pattern.
flap over, a flapper.
Yeah, it's a connection area, but a joining of security.
We
Strength.
have to know these things to make our own clothes when we come
Well,
on
and
land.
what would be really different if there was some camel toes involved?
Oh, God.
That would be a whole new look.
Better than a moose knuckle, and I think that's how we should leave it. Leave the camel toes alone. They're just hungry.
They've suffered enough.
Mystery Steel Guardian says, gusset is the triangle part over the private bits. But I really think it's like I need a. Why is it called gusset though? Is it based on shape or area or structure or purpose? Like why? What is the etymology of that? Why?
Well, let's see what the safe search says.
I don't know. It's not a very feminine or attractive word, is it?
It's
No.
usually a diamond-shaped or triangular insert in a seam.
And gussets are also in motorcycle jackets to allow the armpits to stretch farther. Ah,
Yes,
okay.
Jeff, it did turn really, really cool. So the second edition, the butcherfish shirt is in there, ready for
It
purchase.
did.
And Scuba says, or is it just my Dela song? I like that song. That's a good song. Well, we're at 6:58 already this evening. I feel like I asked you two questions. We didn't even get to the chickens or anything like that. So we'll definitely have to have you back on with us, Tommy. Thank you so
Anytime.
much for joining us this evening. It has
Hi,
been
Barbara.
fun and silly. And I hope we haven't chased you away. We hope you'll come back up.
Is it permanent? No.
Unfortunately, yes, that awesomeness is permanent and it's just stuck with you forever.
Strangely enough, I'm okay with it.
Hello, my lobster has made it. Hello, Eric, and bye, Eric, because we're about to leave for this evening. But thank you for popping in. I love my lobster. Love you so much. And Brooklyn, hello. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier this evening, but hello, lovely, and good evening, lovely, as we are passing out for this evening. So, with that, Tommy, is there anything you have up and coming? Anything you like to promote or talk about or announce before we head out for this evening?
No, just the plants that are going to be coming later on this spring, but there will be plenty of shout outs and, I mean, I keep everything up to date like almost daily. So
Yeah,
y'all will see it. If you're
yeah.
not sleeping, you'll see it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
He throws you a teaser out there, if nothing else.
Mm.
For
And Miss
sure.
Didi, is there anything that you'd like to say before we head on over to KG Tropicals, I believe? Are they going this evening? Let's see.
As far as I know, they're going, but I just love this fish fam, and I'm not going to go into it why or anything, but it was good to be back and laughing again.
Yes. Love you all
It's been
so
a
much.
bad week. I'll just say that.
Well, I hope that we help bring you back up a little bit
You
because
did.
that's what this is for. It's not just for those that join us in chat, but it's to help bring us back up too, to help show us all back together, help us feel part of the community with our busy lives. So I hope that helped rejuvenate you a little bit, help fill your cup.
Because my cup wasn't running over this week. It's not to the rim.
You got to
And
refill it.
Crown Tail says highlight her teaser. Is it Crown Tail? She, they. Crown Tail highlight their copy. Where is that? Where's the teaser? Is it higher? Logic would say yes. Next time, shirtless Tommy and more merman character. There we go.
Yeah,
I
they
almost
demand
did.
a full merman.
Well, that's
We're
if you
as
get the
shirtless
wife
as we can go
permission.
and still stay on YouTube.
Our fellow Moore sister might not allow that, so you probably have to get her permission.
I'll have to just get her to join me.
Yeah.
Work too. I'd love
Google Gaggle, one of
to.
us.
Cool. It'd be so
Heck
cool.
yeah.
Hi, Holly. But yes, I want to say thank you all for joining us this evening. Thank you so much, Tommy, for being our fantabulous guest on our 97th edition of the Hot Mess Express. Miss Didi, thank you so much for being my fantabulous constant partner in crime, fantabulous co-host. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all the hard work you do helping me with all the things that is Hot Mess. I appreciate you so very much. And mods, I just want to say thank you to everyone that does all the hard work of keeping chat safe from the bots or the meanies and dropping the links that we all look up for at the drop of a hat. Thank you for just all the hard work you do. Greatly appreciate that. And whether you are a participant, a lurker, or replay crew, we love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on the Hot Mess Express. And we cannot wait to have you back next week on the Hot Mess Express when who knows what wild shenanigans we'll get up to next week. And if you guys weren't here in the beginning, definitely rewatch the replay and check out the new intro that we released today. I think you guys will really enjoy it. But like I say at the end of every live stream, your loved ones, if they're far away, give them a call. Let them know that you love them. If you're lucky enough to have them close, pull them in, give them a hug, give them a kiss. Just let them you love them. Let them know that they mean something special to you because tomorrow is never promised, but today is a gift, your present. Please use it to spread a little love. And while you're at it, guys, it never hurts to be a little kind, so go forth and be kind, gosh darn it. And let's head on over to KG Tropicals with hashtag Mermalians.
Mammalians.
Let's confuse John with that one. So you all have a fantastic weekend. Have a safe weekend. Um, Happy National Women's Day. And we'll see you all next
Yes.
week. Love you all. Bye.
He is her mom now. He is her baby
What's that? Is that a snail? Snail. What about that? Is that the cats? Bailey calls them the cats. You gonna give them kisses?
Did you just give the fishy a kiss? Aww.
I wish their name was different, but
Silver, do y'all know what the difference is between a leopard and a cougar?
Their coat?
Well, a leopard can pull up something twice its weight up a tree, and a cougar can catch something half their age and put it in their bed.
Bye, y'all.